Excuse me, y'all. So, it's Braxton's Family Values, Season 4, Episode 3. Now, the link to the full episode is down below in the description box. So, if you just want to see the episode and not the review, go ahead and click that link. But before you do that, go ahead and click that like button since I'm hooking you up. Alright? Alright. Thank you and peace. Alright, now for the ones that are staying, we're gonna get into this. I'm tired. The episode made me laugh a little bit, woke me up a little bit, but it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I am tired. I just did SWV review. I'm tired. Alright, but let's get into this anyway. Let's get this over with. Alright, so first is the girls all going out to eat with their mother to meet up to talk about the whole therapy session. Their mother asked them how did it go. They said it went great. You know, Trina said it was phenomenal. And Tamar is just like, really? When did it go great? Okay, what happened? You know, what made it such great? And Tony's like, well, it was great. But what didn't happen was we all didn't come together because Tamar left. It's like they was telling on, you know, they sister to their mama. Tamar like, okay, well, what was so great about it? What happened? What did y'all do? And she was, you know, Tony's like, well, Dr. Sherry basically, she gave us some exercises that taught us how to work and communicate together as a group. And then so Tamar's like, well, so y'all working on becoming a group. And she's like, no, we were working on communicating when you have to be in a group. And Tamar is just rolling her eyes. They're like, yes, it went great. And then she's over here like, you know how Tamar do. Like, come on now, Tamar. You left. I understand shit was messed up. I did a review on it last week. Somehow the song got messed up. That was it for that. I felt that was a great review. I had so much energy in that review. So much to talk about. But anyways, Tamar, you left. Okay? You can't be too mad at them because they stuck it out and actually sat there and worked, you know, and did the exercises with Dr. Sherry. So basically, the mother's like, look, all y'all do is argue. Tony has a concert coming up in Jamaica next week. Why don't y'all just go there so y'all can just relax and let it go? Just let it go and just go back to having fun like you used to do. Excuse me, y'all. So Tony, Tamar, Trina, Tawanda, Tracy, and Miss Evelyn, and Vince and Logan, and their assistants, and Rico, and whoever, they all went to Jamaica. So when they got to Jamaica, they're all sitting there talking. All the sisters are sitting there talking together about making an album. And Tony, control freak, was like, well, what I think we should do is we should do at least have 2 people on one song. You know, at least do 2 songs a person. I'm sorry. And Tamar's like, no, because that's just going to divide us. And we don't need all that. And Tony's like, well, I think that's a great idea. And Tamar's like, well, how about we just get a producer that we all like and we go from there. And then Tony's like, what's the point of getting a producer if we don't know how we're going to do the song? And they are going back and forth. And it's like, really? Come on, y'all came here to have fun. Y'all start talking about CD as binding, and y'all start arguing over this little petty shit. Come on now. Shit, it's getting tired. It's too old for that. Okay. Stop it. So, eventually they start talking, and Tamar's like, well, I can, I'm not booked in September. I can go ahead and do that. I can do what I gotta do, and in September we can go ahead and get working on the album. And Tracy's like, okay, so you gonna put out an album when I'm, while I'm doing it or whatever, or you gonna be doing your music while I'm putting out my album. And Tamar's like, well, Tracy, I think you should put out a single first before you try to put out an album. And Tracy's like, I was going to do that. And then, okay, well, Tracy, what song do you have for a single? And everybody there's like, we all heard it. And Tamar's like, okay, well, I haven't heard it. Why I haven't heard it? And then Tracy's like, because you're booked. And Tamar like, okay, for real, that's how we're gonna do it, cause I'm booked. Alright. I'm like, oh, do they really have to sit here with these attitudes? Just let it go. Just let it go. They start singing about no shade, and everybody singing except for Tracy. And then Tamar just gets fed up. She's like, I'm done with it, and just gets up and walk away. So then, later on or the next day, they end up having a show. Tony's getting ready. Tawanda, Trina, they're getting ready. And Tracy's not there. Now, Tony does not realize that Tracy's not there. But Trina definitely does. Because Trina does her set in the middle of Tony's set. Excuse me. And Tracy is her doo-wop pop singer, and she ain't too happy about Tracy not showing up. And another thing, if she tells Tony that Tracy ain't show up, it's gonna be all bad for Trina. Because, Tony's a control freak and a perfectionist. It has to go right. It has to go right, and it has to go however she wants it to go. Because it's Tony Braxton, honey, okay? So they end up going up on stage and they're performing. Don't tell Tony about Tracy. And Tony's having fun. She's, inviting people up on the stage. This guy, he was hilarious. He acted like, just like he was dumbfounded, like he was so into her. And she asked him to, like, sing, and he was singing. He sounded pretty good. And he was, feeling on her booty. It was funny. It was a great moment or whatever. He was very entertaining. It was all entertaining. Trina cracking up laughing the whole time. Tamar's in the back laughing. And, after that, Tony's like, okay, well, this is my sister Trina and my sister Tawanda. And where is Tracy? And nobody knows where Tracy is. Tracy shows up about 5 minutes later. Late as hell. And, it's like, okay, this is my sister Tracy. She's late. And that's Tamar in the back. Tamar comes up or whatever. Everybody goes crazy over Tamar. And they do Trina's set. Trina had some cocktails. She feeling like me right now. She ain't got too much energy in her. She goes and she, hey, you better come party, or you better go on. Trina, give us some more energy than that, okay? This is probably Jamaica's first impression of you. You can give it some more of that. Go ahead and get your inner Sasha Fierce out. So, after that, the girls all decide, except for Tony, of course, Tony's going to sleep. The girls decide that they're going to have a little, sister night in a hotel because Tamar ain't worked. So Tamar got plenty of energy to get her drink on. So they drinking and they laughing, and Tamar's like, you know what, Trina, you went up there and you was so dead. You didn't do anything. You was like just dragging along basically across the stage. And Trina's like, no, I didn't. And the rest of them laughing like, yes, you were. And then, Tawana's like, yeah, Trina was really funny. And then Tamar's like, no, Tracy was the funniest. Because Tracy, started freestyling. Now, I done seen y'all show twice. This is the second time. And both times, y'all done freestyle. Y'all don't know the dance steps or whatever. Y'all need to get with Trina and y'all need to practice. And Tracy's like, I don't need my number. I don't have no number. And then Trina look at her like, yes, you do need to know your dance. And I'm like, damn, Tracy, you really take her seriously, huh? Trina's like, okay, you need to learn your stuff. And Tracy's thinking herself, well, I'm about to come out with my own shit. I can't be your damn backup dancer for my own shit. Tamar should understand, okay? I'm glad that they're laughing, kicking, all that. Because the last episode was so drama-packed. I'm just glad that they're laughing. So after that, and yes, Tracy needs to get her shit together because they be pulling out the robot and all kind of stuff during during Trina's set. They don't know what the hell they supposed to be doing. Now, if that was Tracy's set and it was done to her, I don't think she would like it too much. So then, they're all at the last dinner or whatever. And for the last night, they're all reminiscing, oh, we had so much fun. Tony's like, well, too bad that, we couldn't smoke any weed like we wanted to. And Tracy pulls one out her purse. She's like, it got a little squished, but I got it. And then Tony's like, where you get that fat ass blunt from? For real? And they go ahead, light it up, and they smoke. They smoking, and this is the funniest thing. Tracy's like, I can't believe that Tony Braxton is smoking weed. I just couldn't believe it. Now, I couldn't believe it. And Trina, I couldn't believe that either. And so they smoking, and they laughing and getting high. And then Tony's like, is it me? Or have we had this conversation already? Tamar like, oh, hell no. See, I ain't doing this with her. She gets up. And she like, nah, I'm about to go on because she going to start tripping. You see this one? Tony and Trina, you leave them two together, okay? Because they going to start tripping together. So they get up, walk away. Tony and Trina sits there for a minute. Trina's like, alright, Tony, it's time for us to go. Tony's like, well, wait a minute. I feel like we had this conversation already. Did we do this already? Stop. Tony was looking like Craig on Friday. That shit was funny. So then, Trina leaves her. She comes back a little later and gets her. The girls, next thing you know, the girls are all in the back or whatever, smoking like little schoolgirls. This was the funniest shit ever. They look like little ass kids smoking in the, high and smoking in the back or whatever. And they like, shh, mommy gonna come or whatever. They laughing, cracking up. I'm like, I don't exactly do smoking, but if that was what brought them together, that was pretty hilarious. I cracked up laughing. And then Trina, started smoking, and they tried to get it to Tamar, and Tamar's like, no, Trina hit it. I don't want to hit it. Trina hit it. She got that bump. Now, bump. They put this on a little clip or whatever when they was at the at the table earlier. Bump is herpes. And Trina got it. I think somebody else said they had it too. They got herpes. But Trina said she does not have genital herpes. She has simplex herpes, and she got it from being in Japan or somewhere and at a restaurant, and she ate a dirty fork. That's how she got herpes, okay? And Tamar does not at all want to hit. I don't want to do it. No, I don't want to do it. Tawana's like, chill. I hit it right after her, okay? I'm the last person that hit it. Just chill. Go ahead and hit it. And Tamar's like, no. I don't want to hit the blunt. No. Trina just hit it. And so they hit it. And they was like, oh, shit. Let's go before mommy starts coming. That had me cracking up laughing. If y'all did not see this, go click on the link below. That shit was funny. Okay, check that part. Definitely check that part out. That was hilarious. That was funny though. It was. I'm glad that they bonded and they worked it out. Now I can appreciate more funny episodes of them getting along together because they have such great chemistry when they do get along. So I can appreciate that. So I will put the link down below in the description box. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Jazz Chapman. Look up my cooking channel, Cooking with Jazz Chapman. Subscribe to the radio channel, Jazz Chapman Radio. I'm tired, y'all. Peace out. Good night. God bless.